Hi, I'm Tim Richmond. I'm the Maize Product Manager for Lima Grain Field Seeds.
And I'm Richard Camplin, Technical Manager for Lima Grain Field Seeds.
If you're thinking of growing maize this year, there's a lot of information to take on board, a lot of decisions to make. To make the process easier, we have this fantastic LG Maize guide. It has all the technical information, data, independent information to make that decision a little bit easier for you to make sure you're getting the best out of your crop.
But of course, if you're new to growing maize, we understand there is a lot of information in there, and we're going to take you through it today to show you how to get the best out of that guide.
So the first and foremost, the most important consideration is thinking about your location. And that's the location of your farm, but also the fields on your farm and the aspect that they grow and everything else on there. Maize is a sort of subtropical plant. It needs a lot of heat units, it needs moisture, and it varies according to both the geographical location you're in the country, but also the field aspect. So you could have a north-facing site that's quite cold, or a south-facing site which gets quite a lot of heat units, a lot warmer, and that might influence the kind of variety choice that you make. What you can do is refer to the LG heat map. We have that in both our Maize guide and also on our Maize Manager app, and that'll give you an idea, basically, the number of heat units that are available in the location. Once you've done that, you get an idea of what the FAO is, the maturity of type of varieties that you want to be growing. And when you refer to the information in the graphs in the book, it's split down into very early, ultra early, and also sort of early, late type material. And basically what you get is a choice within a 2% to 3% dry matter band, which gives you an idea of the right varieties for you in that location. And the guide is very good at giving you all the different information, basically, of those varieties that are probably suitable for your farm there and then. Maturity is really important. Basically, if you look at how a maize crop performs, the starters all laid down in the last 2 to 3 weeks of its life. So it spends 6 months kind of growing a big plant, big green material. It's last 3-4 weeks, basically, when all the starch is deposited in the cob, and that's where a lot of the energy comes from. So if you get something that's immature, you don't get starch in the plant and you're losing a lot of the feed energy.
The next consideration really for you is whether you're growing maize for silage for dairy cows or silage for an AD plant, is that in both instances you want to have a high quality silage to feed. By doing that, getting a mature crop, you'll maximise the starch in the crop, so there'll be nice starch-rich cobs that are fully fit and fully mature, but also you can think about the quality of the rest of the plant, and that is the leaves, the stems, and you can get more energy from those parts of the plant by choosing a very high cell wall digestible variety. This will maximise the total energy that you're feeding to those cows or that you're feeding to that AD plant. Another consideration when you're choosing a maize variety is the agronomic characteristics of that variety. The guide itself gives you quite a lot of information on these characters on the table pages. You can find information about early vigour, about standing ability, about some diseases, and about the stay green characteristics of the variety. For early vigour, it's obviously very important early on that the crop gets off to a good start, it's up out the ground, it's growing strongly, meeting in the rows, and it's maximising that photosynthetic area at a very early stage. In terms of standing ability, of course, when you come to harvest the crop, you want the crop to be standing nicely so that the contractor or the harvester can go through smoothly and collect all the crop. The main diseases we see in the maize crop are eye spot in particular years and fusarium in most years. A good indication as to the disease susceptibility of variety would be the stay green characteristics. A variety with a high stay green would tend to stay very healthy all the way through to harvest, while one with a lower stay green would probably be more susceptible to diseases and would die that little bit earlier. So Tim, we've heard all about the information in the guide. There's a lot of information there. As a farmer, how am I going to choose the best variety for my farm?
So Richard, I think the first thing is not just to ask the supplier what the best variety is for my farm from him. What you need to be doing is making an informed choice. So what you need to consider is the maturity, quality, agronomics, and that's what the guide's there to do, isn't it?
Indeed, the guide is there to bring together all of the independent trials data that's available to growers from all of the range of BSPB NIAB trials around the country, so that you as a farmer can use that information to make the best choice for the variety for your farm.